Hey guys, what's going on? This is the Cryptojarhead. I do apologize for my lack of videos past couple of days. I moved out in the boonies, so I don't have signal. I don't really have mobile data, and the internet guy can't get out until July 13th. Now we're going to be calling every day, seeing if there's any cancellations that happened, see if we can get him there sooner than that. But until, for the next week and a half or so, I might be pretty much out of pocket. I'll try and post some videos when I can, mooching off of right now I'm getting coffee for my wife, so figured I'd take an extra 20 minutes or so and try and get updated on what's going on with the platform and put out a quick video for you guys. I'm not trying to leave y'all in the dark. I just got personal issues, man. Moving sucks. I hate doing it so much. Anyway, so what happened with Gears of Famine? For those that don't know, I'm just going to run over that real quick, but it's been 2 days. So hopefully, if you're wondering what happened, you're not just waiting for me to tell you. But some freaking ETH snipers saw the game on Etherscan and started playing with it directly through Etherscan, which is something that you can do with any of these smart contract sites. It's the good thing about that is it's a fail-safe in case the site gets taken down for any reason. You can still interact with it and sell your tokens or buy your tokens or do whatever it is that you're going to do with that contract directly through Etherscan. So that's the good part about having that option. The bad part is that you can get in there before everything goes live and screw everyone else over. We noticed that people were playing the game before we went live, and we're like, what the hell's going on? And then, okay, we got snipers from Etherscan. So the decision was made, and I think it was the correct one, given what was happening, to just go ahead and open it up and give more people a chance to play. Now, I was in the middle of a move right then, so I didn't even find out that people were doing this and the game was live until it had been live for like an hour and a half, 2 hours. I do have... I am playing Gears of Famine. My stuff is stuck in there like everyone else's. But we've been hard at work trying to get a payout line window for you guys popping up, and this is it. So to get to it, you can go revolution1.org/exchange/line.html, or just click this little the menu button. What the hell? Why is that? Hang on, let me. Well, I would reload it, but anyway, if you click on the menu button, you should see, home, gears, God, GOF, and then payout. The tab is called payout. So at the end of the video here, I'll try and reload the screen and see if the tabs show up like they're supposed to. Anyway, so it'll load up this long line of addresses and transactions, right? And then after all of the Gears of War transactions, it'll jump into Gears of Death, right? If I can find it. Gears of Death, and then after Gears of Death will be Famine. Okay. Oh, boy. All right. There's Famine. Boom. Famine. So, one thing to know is the way that the UI guy coded this thing, it will not show paid transactions, okay? It will not show paid transactions. So if you paid attention to the participants and backlog, and you should have been getting paid soon, and you haven't checked to see if you got paid, you just want to see where you're at in line, and you don't find yours, check to go see if you got paid, because if you can't find it, you might have already been paid, which would be a great problem to have, right? The way it works, Let me get up here, because my first payout is up here. All right. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to go to your wallet and you're going to find your address, right? Generally, I was able to find mine just using like the first 6 after OX, right? So I'm just looking at these. You know, OX4127 is what I was using to find mine. And then you can scroll over if your screen doesn't show the full address, you can scroll over right here. Okay. So I'm going to do the hard way to do it first, and then I'll show you guys the easier way to do it. So you would just scroll through and scroll through and scroll through looking for your first 6 that you see. And then once you've found it, go confirm like the last 6 to make sure that is your address, your wallet, whatever. But so here am I at 1705. So OX4127. Boom, there's my first payout. Right? Now, here's the thing is I generally stack all of mine at once. And so they should be relatively close together. However, I'd forgotten all about this. When Gears of Famine went live, I was playing this, and I had one left over. I had like a 0.07 left over after Gears of Famine, so I went ahead and threw that into Gears of War. And I'd forgotten all about that until this came out. So my next payouts aren't until the 2000s. I had TDN when he was explaining this to me. He had it up, and I had him do the easy way to find it because mine, this browser for some reason does skip some. Okay, so you might need to reload the page if you can't find yours too. So like for example, right here, I'm missing freaking 21 or 20 transactions between 1987 and 2007. But my real blocks start around 1999. Okay, so then there's one in 2008, and then whoever this guy is, OX94D, he must have paid a pretty good amount in gas and just shoved his in. I'm finding mine randomly out here, 2030, 2035, 2037, right? So keep in mind, it's in the order that they were received. So, these, even if you stacked all your transactions in MetaMask, just hit that buy button 20 times or, 15 times or whatever it was that you had figured you could do, and then went through and hit submit, so they were all pending. Even if you do that, they may not all be in a row because, if you've got a block of 10 transactions pending, for example, people might be able to get in there and split them up. But you'll get an idea. I do that so that they're all in the same general timeline. So when I start getting paid, I know it shouldn't be too long before I get all of my payout. Looks like my last payout will be 2053. So for me, once I start seeing the the participants in the high 1900s, so like 1985, 1990, I'm going to start getting excited now because I know that my payout is coming, right? Now, the easy way to do that, if your browser has a search function, right? You hit the search function, which this one does not, and for some reason on my mobile, both Chrome and Firefox doesn't want to load this page for me on mobile. I don't know why, but they just don't want to load the page. So I'm stuck having to do it the hard way. But if you're on a computer, you can just hit Control F to bring up that search window and type in your first, 6 or 8 digits of your wallet address, and it'll find them all, right? You can go straight from one to the other, right? Hit that next. It'll also, if you just kind of move that little search window off to the side, you'll be able to see it because it'll highlight them, right? So it'll make it a lot easier for you to find your stuff, right? Now, to find out how many people that you have in front of you. For example, I'm going to say 2,000, right? Even though I know my first one's actually technically 1999 because TDN looked that up. So 2,000 minus 1581 is 419. So 419 transactions need to clear before I start getting paid. Keep in mind, I do have one at 1705 that's all off by itself, right? So I'm really, really glad that this came out and I can look at that, because I would have been pretty frustrated if I was just watching the IMO'd window and I saw one payout happen, and I saw that go down, I saw it hit my MetaMask, right? And then, nothing for a while, I'm like, what the hell? So use this, it's not quite what I was hoping for. I was hoping it would just be a window, like if you opened up Gears, right? I was hoping there would be a window added onto these sites that would just be like, my turn or something like that, which was something that I suggested. But once again, I'm not a coder, I'm not a programmer, so I don't know. That may not have been feasible to implement, and instead they went, okay, so here's what I was talking about earlier. Payout line. That's the button you can press to get to it. So let's see if it'll load up. And it does. It loads the same way as the rest of them do, where it'll load 95% of the page first, and then it'll pop the numbers. Which for me, it takes a little while because I'm out in the sticks. Which it is what it is. So, anyways, I do it. So, yeah, see how they just pop, right? And it looks like one transaction cleared while I was making this video, which is nice. So the line is moving. You can see this. The line is moving, because before it was at 1581, now it's at 1582, and it just disappeared. Okay? It's not going to show the completed transactions, because that would just be extremely confusing, because then, you'd have to pop back and forth to see what the participant number is right now, So if we go back to Gears, and I don't know why I'm going to have to bring that up, why from the payout line you can only go straight to Gears. Yeah, so what you would have to do if the cleared transaction showed, you'd have to take this number and you'd have to minus it by this number, right? Which should get you 1582 right now, unless another one cleared, which would be pretty darn close. Pretty darn close. So no, it's actually would be the high 14s? No. Yeah. Pretty darn close. Might be one or two off because of system lag or something, or maybe another one cleared while I was loading it. This is the game that is active, so people could be playing it right now. I've been trying to, get caught up and then make a video, so I haven't been paying attention to the participants window and watching that go up. But sorry guys. So Gears has slowed down a little bit. People are, it's a long wait time. Right now I'm looking at 5 days, because I believe Famine launched, what was that, Tuesday, Wednesday? I think it was Wednesday that Famine launched, and that was the last day that I got paid out on either game. And I haven't even been paid out on freaking Gears of Famine yet. Because I got in late, and so I'm stuck waiting. Now, it's been brought to our attention that there was a lot of people spreading FUD all around YouTube. There was 2 or 3 individuals that were targeting everything. I'm out of the loop, so I didn't see any of that. I don't know what's going on with that. But we have narrowed it down to 3 different addresses that were playing the game before everyone else. So we're, some of the coding detectives that we have on our team are trying to see if they can pinpoint if these are the same guys. But it wouldn't surprise me if people were trying to cheat the system and trying to cheat all of us, and then when we went live before everyone else and they had the chance to really do what they wanted to do, they got pissed and started trying to spread FUD around. That's just a personal, I've got no proof of that. It's just what I've heard, and it would make sense to me. But what I do know is that I know a lot of you guys are not happy with everything that's going on, and, I understand your frustration. I've got skin in this game too, so it's not ideal. I understand that. For me, even if it takes me a whole week to get my 25% profit, I still think that's a pretty goddamn good deal. Even if it took me a whole month to get my profit, I think that would be a pretty good deal, because that's 25% for a month of just waiting, so I'm not too worried about this stuff personally. We will get paid. However, I think we need to change the way that we do it. So before I was going, I was trying to build up to 2 ETH in each game, and then start every time I cycle through, that would give me 1/2 of an ETH in profit, and I would just keep cycling that same 2 ETH and take that half an ETH and put it in my pocket. So I think what we need to start doing now is, instead of building up to where we're at, whatever you put into it now, what you have in the gears now, when you get your payout, put that back into the gears. Pocket your change, right? So pocket that 25%. Because if we keep trying to build it up, and we don't have fresh people coming in, we're going to continue to be stuck like this, and it's going to be slow, extremely slow. Now, I would not be surprised at all if a lot of the people, once they do get paid out, choose not to buy back in because they don't have the patience to wait a week. That's fine. It's their money. They can do with it what they wish. But what I'll be doing is I'll just be putting in the same amount. So right now, sorry, I've got around 0.75 ETH that I put into this time around. So I'm just going to stick with that. I'm just going to stick with that 0.75, and I'm going to be putting in 0.75, and then, when I get it back, I'll put in another 0.75 and just keep pocketing the change, right? So that'll get me about 0.2 ETH per round, which is still not too bad at all. That's not shabby at all. If I can get through 5 times in a month, that's a whole Ethereum every month for nothing, just for putting it in. I'll take that deal, especially if I can do that with each of these games. That would be right now 3, and then once the final Horseman does come out, and keep in mind, guys, we're delaying the final game, the 4th Horseman. We're going to delay that for a while. Let's get everything settled down here. We have other games that we are in the process of coming out with. The Warpiginvestment idle game is going to be coming out soon. The code has been developed. It's good to go. CB is sending it to the UI guy to build a website. So once he's got some progress on that website, stay tuned to Country Boy. He'll have some sneak peeks of the website once it's been developed. So that might take a couple of days. And then we'll have a launch date for you once the website is developed. Because we want to make sure that the website works properly, before we have a launch date. So we're going to be testing out the website, make sure that's good to go. The code is solid from what I understand. So that aspect is good. We just need to make sure that the website is going to be good, and then we will launch it. Now, it will tie into the Revolution contract, so it will bring volume to the main Revolution contract, which will help the Gears games. The whale accounts for each of these games will be getting dividends off of the volume utilized in the Warpigs game, and we do have a couple of other games that we are still working on, like a coin flipper game and some dice games. And all of those games that we come out with will be interacting with the Revolution contract. So all the volume from those games will help the Gears. So, just one last time, I know you guys must be a little frustrated, because even I'm a little frustrated you know, but we're doing everything that we can. And again, I apologize for going dark for a couple of days. It's kind of out of my control, but I'm working on it, guys. So until then, stay frosty, make some money, Jarhead out.